Good morning. In a moment, we will begin the 49th Annual Senior Assembly, recognizing the collective accomplishments of the class of 2014. Sophomores and juniors, you already know that this is a very dignified and formal celebration. I thank you in advance for being cooperative and respectful as you have been in previous formal assemblies. Freshmen, having worked with you throughout the year, I know that I can thank you too in advance for your cooperation and respect. When the assembly has come to an end and the music has stopped, please remain in your places until I dismiss you. And now, it gives me great pleasure to ask you to stand and greet the graduates of Northern's class of 2014. Would the class of 2014 please be seated? I'll invite you all to be seated at this time. At this time, I'd like to introduce our honored guest seated to my left in attendance today. Rasha Damashki, Vice President, Board of Education. Ann Murphy, Secretary, Board of Education. Rhonda Ryan, Trustee, Board of Education. Mr. Eddie Kindle, Assistant Superintendent, Port Huron Area School District. Aaron Eastman, Director, Secondary Instruction. Dave Roberts, Supervisor, Secondary Instruction. And Ed Breslin, Supervisor, Administrative Services. On stage with us today is Mr. Ron Wallin, Superintendent of the Port Huron Area School District, and I thank you all for being here this morning. Also sitting to my left are the senior homeroom teachers. Many of these teachers have known the graduating seniors since the students' 9th grade year. Thank you to all these teachers for your time and effort toward the success of the students of the class of 2014. Thank you also to Dan Shudlick, who is playing the piano this morning. A special thank you to the counselors and teachers simply because you cared. You took the time to help these students when they needed it most. You took them aside and gave them the pep talk, the encouragement they needed to continue through the sometimes overwhelming world of high school. Most importantly, you taught them and prepared them for the world ahead. To all the staff at Northern High School, please know that you are part of something very special. The success of each and every one of these graduates here this morning. Thank you to all of these people. Thank you to the Northern custodial staff for their hard work setting up the gym this morning. And finally, thank you to Lisa Duman and Julie Maxwell for organizing this entire event. Seniors, it was only 45 months ago when you entered Northern High School for the first time as students. August 27, 2010, you may remember that day. You entered Northern as wide-eyed freshmen, ready to attend Husky Link, and of course trying to figure out where your locker was, how to find your classes, and really trying to figure out what high school was all about. You were all together for the first time that day as Northern's class of 2014. You may remember a video that I showed you of my daughter Jane. She was learning to walk that day. Remember, she fell down multiple times only to get back up, finally to reach her destination. I think of your journey through high school the same way I think of the video of my daughter Jane. Each of you here today have fallen down many times since that day of orientation, but you have gotten back up. You made yourself a better person, and you sit here today having reached your destination, at least for now. It's amazing for me to think how far each of you has come since that day in August. By next fall, all of you will enter college, the military, or the world of work. Once again, you will be there wide-eyed, trying to figure out what your life will become. Don't worry. The persistence and the determination you demonstrated in high school will serve you well for the rest of your life. My advice to you is simple. Maintain that persistence and determination. Always treat people with respect, even if they don't treat you that way. Work hard to make the world a better place, and possibly the point I find most important, don't limit yourself. You each have gifts and talents that will carry you to places you never expect to go. You only get to live each day once. Make every day better than the last. I wish each and every one of you the best in life. Good luck. Congratulations, class of 2014. And now it's my honor to introduce to you the senior class president, Lizzie Brozovic.
Thank you, Mr. Mossett. Good morning, everyone. Can you guys believe we finally made it? After years of hard work, it is now our turn to take the next step in our lives. As we look around this room, we see all of the people who have supported and encouraged us. Thank you to our parents, our teachers, families, administrators, and classmates for helping us reach this point. It has been my pleasure to be the president of the class of 2014 throughout our 4 years at PHN. As a class, we have accomplished many things with our dedication and our perseverance. We should all be proud of ourselves for being where we are today. We have built a strong foundation here together, and now we can continue to become the people we aspire to be. Thank you, everyone, for being here and helping us celebrate all we have accomplished, as well as continuing to support us as we start the next chapter in our lives. It is with great pleasure that I am able to introduce our class advisors. Please join me in a round of applause for the amazing Mrs. Kearns and Mrs. Burtka. I would now like to introduce the Masters of Ceremonies, Alexa Sweeney and Jenna Gross.
Good morning, Huskies. I'm Allie Sweeney.
And I'm Jenna Gross.
The students here at Northern have gotten used to hearing my voice over the PA system in the morning.
And mine as well in the afternoon. As WRW Program Directors, we provide information to the school regarding sports achievements, spirit weeks, and extracurricular activities.
It has been an honor to be a part of this program under Mrs. Meggs. Working with someone who is supportive has allowed us to acquire skills that will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Also, all of the staff members here have helped us out individually. With that being said, I would like to introduce our assistant principal, Mr. Barden.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our class valedictorians, salutatorian, and top 20. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all of the awards have been announced. Audience, as we honor groups of individuals throughout today's assembly, please hold your applause until all recipients have been recognized. The valedictorians of the class of 2014 will now be presented with medals to signify this academic accomplishment. These students are Devin Tomlinson and Amy Zen. Our remaining class valedictorians are Ty Dickinson, Alexander Lubbers, and Adam Stout. Let's give a round of applause for our valedictorians. The salutatorian of the class of 2014 will also be presented with his medal. The 2014 salutatorian is Jay Mehta. 21 years ago, Northern established a new tradition of recognizing the academic top 20. This year's academic top 20 are wearing medals that signify this accomplishment. These students are, and if they would stand when I call their name, Alicia Birch, Paige Christensen, Caitlin Hunkler, Camille King, Zachary Kohanov, Nicole Coppinger, Jacqueline Maxwell, Zachary Nicholson, James Obermeyer, Summer Ort, Bailey Papes, Matthew Romzek, Haley Syme, Andrea Simon, Alexa Sweeney, Jack Tremble, Kristen Tuttle, Bryce Van Horn, Kelsey Vargo, and Samuel Wagner. Top 20. The seniors who are wearing the blue and gold cords are recognized in the program as having maintained a grade point average of 3.5 or better. They were honored at an awards ceremony on April 29th. They received pins, academic letters, or gold bars signifying academic excellence. Would those students who have maintained a 3.5 GPA please stand? Excellent work.
Thank you, Mr. Barden. I would now like to introduce Connor McNamara and Adam Stout with a recap of freshman and sophomore year.
Thank you, Allie. This one doesn't work.
To my mother waiting with bated breath, I've been given strict instructions to stay on script, so I will. 7 years ago,
4 years ago,
4 years ago, our founding fathers
the class of 2011
brought forth in this building a new era, conceived in intimidation and dedicated to the proposition that all freshmen were conceived as lesser men. And though our great school was ravaged by civil war, we persevered.
Indeed, our early days of high school, much like those of early America, were bathed in blood, punctuated by broken noses, and featured on Channel 4 News.
Okay, so maybe the Civil War wasn't featured on Channel 4 News at the time, but it certainly wasn't for a lack of trying.
And thus we began a new life, scared of the unknown, and not entirely sure why there were 3 lunch lines.
Indeed, the ubiquity of spicy chicken was unparalleled, as was the intimidation of those first few high school classes.
We all remember, of course, that first day in class. The guy next to you has a beard, a car, a kid, the whole 9 yards. As you sat there gazing around at the bearded faces around you, all you could think,
When is it time for recess?
no. All you could think is, when is that going to happen to me?
Now, if you're a female, the answer is hopefully never, but you know, they say that high school is a time for experimentation, so maybe a mustache was in your future.
And so freshman year began.
You smelled like Axe. You thought you were the king of the world, and, well, you didn't really study.
I studied.
Yeah, and that's why you're valedictorian, and I had to have Microsoft Word spell check that for me. It's really not funny.
Regardless, you experienced your first taste of freedom. Through organized sports, drama club, or the marching band, you got to see what the rest of your life would be like.
And then, just when you were ready to jump into the excitement that this new world, this newfound freedom had to offer, you remembered you took 3 AP classes in geometry because you were a smart kid. After that fatal decision, you questioned even your own intelligence.
After the illustrious Mr. Davis killed one of your classmates pretending he was a buffalo,
All in the name of history, of course. No students were actually harmed.
and you were forced to write pages upon pages of geometric proofs, you finally realized why your parents always said that being an adult stunk.
And you hadn't even made it that far yet. Still, you survived. So, as you stepped out of school, your wallet brimming with a fresh new elevator pass and a new membership to the pool that you were pretty sure Port Huron Northern didn't have, you knew you'd accomplished something.
Still, a part of you knew, deep down, that someday you would look back on those days and puke, just a little bit, as most of you just did. Thankfully, the immaturity of freshman year was behind you.
Finally, you moved on. You were a kind-hearted, mature, respectable sophomore. Or at least 6 of us were, because most of us skipped the part where we became kind-hearted, mature, and respectable and just became sophomores instead.
For those of you that were always in the bathroom during math class, that just means we're sophomores.
Well, that's no problem. Sophomore year's cool. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff, right? Like, well, not being a freshman.
Yeah, and we broke double digits on the grade 10. That's pretty cool, right?
That's not really cool at all.
You're right, that's not cool.
Oh, well, but most importantly, you weren't a freshman, which you made abundantly clear to all the other freshmen who were coming into the school. That conversation usually went something like this. Hey, are you a freshman?
Yeah.
I'm not.
It wasn't funny then either.
Yeah. But you were a sophomore. What do you know?
Well, you knew when Mole Day was. Avogadro was not to be silenced if the chemistry wing had anything to say about it.
Well, yeah, this was probably the closest that science and religion have ever come to touching. People erected giant moles to praise the mole gods, wore ancient mole wardrobe, and ate the food of the mole people.
I don't think that's what happened.
How do you know? You didn't even go here.
Because if any school was to praise a phony baloney mole god, it would be Marysville.
Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Farnsworth with the National Honor Society scholarships.
I wish I could have went before those guys. That's kind of hard to follow up. Good morning. It's a long-standing Port Huron Northern tradition that we honor a senior member of National Honor Society with a scholarship. This morning, I'm very, very pleased to award that student the scholarship. This young lady has been a very valuable asset, not only to NHS, but to numerous groups and the community. Her positive attitude and energy are contagious. If you're around this girl for any length of time, it's impossible to be in a bad mood. The 4 foundational characteristics of NHS are service, scholarship, character, and leadership. This young lady truly exemplifies all 4 of these qualities. Her responsibilities and accomplishments are so long that it would take me all morning to list them off, so I just want to share with you what she felt was probably her greatest accomplishment, or what she learned the most from her time here at Port Huron Northern, and that was being the editor-in-chief of the Port Huron Northern Yearbook. Her greatest passion is working with children, and I have to say this young lady is truly a world changer. She'll be using her talents to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Speech, Language, and Hearing at Purdue University. This year's recipient of the NHS Scholarship in the amount of $500 is Jakelyn Spencer. Jake, if you come and see me after the assembly, I'll get you that check.
Thank you, Mr. Farnsworth. I'd now like to introduce Delaney Dooley, Amy Zen, and Devin Tomlinson. They will be announcing the class of 2014's Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Allie. Members of the Northern Hall of Fame become such by virtue of their position in the class, through election by members of the senior class, and through election by the faculty. This year's members are Senior Class President Elizabeth Brozovich, Homecoming Queen Elizabeth Brozovich, Yearbook Editor Jakelyn Spencer, Choir President Sydney Relkin, National Honor Society President Mallory Jackson, Key Club President Devin Tomlinson, Mock Child Captain Tiana Spear, Co-op Student of the Year Amber Hall.
Newspaper Editor Misha Boyd Cleaver, Valedictorians Ty Dickinson, Alexander Lubbers, Adam Stout, Devin Tomlinson, and Amy Zen. Salutatorian Jay Mehta. WRW Program Directors Jenna Gross and Alexa Sweeney. Senior Drum Majors Spencer Kohanov and Eli Schlager. Drama Club President Spencer Kohanov.
Diversity Club President, Shaylisa Murphy. Husky Link Chair, Jakelyn Spencer. Daughters of the American Revolution Award winner, Jakelyn Spencer. Renaissance Club President, Jacob Prevost. Outstanding Female Athlete, Devin Tomlinson. Outstanding Male Athlete, Sam Wagner. Students nominated by classmates, Alicia Birch and Brandon Adair. Students nominated by the staff, Dan Henrik Kaluuya, Zachary Kohanov, Andrew Sufis, and Delaney Dooley. Craig Delkey Spirit Award, Summer Ort, and Connor Johnston. Hall of Fame members are asked to return to the stage immediately after the assembly for a group photograph.
Student Council President Spencer Kohanov. Homecoming King Sam Wagner.
Thank you, Delaney, Amy, and Devin. Now I am handing the microphone over to one of our 4 assistant principals, Mrs. Duman.
Thank you, Jenna. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our Academic Scholar Diploma recipients. They are wearing white honor cords to signify this accomplishment. They are Joshua Atherton, Ty Dickinson, Bradley Hunt, Zachary Kohanov, Alexander Lubbers, Jay Mehta, Zachary Nicholson, James Obermeyer, Summer Ort, Bailey Papes, Matthew Romzik, Nicholas Shevnak, Adam Stout, Brian Tomuk, Devin Tomlinson, Amy Zen, Kelsey Vargo, Samuel Wagner, Timothy White, and Christopher Witt. Congratulations. This year's class had 16 students who were named AP Scholars. AP Scholar Awards are granted to students who receive scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams as of last spring. These students are Joshua Atherton, Kristen Gratton, Connor Johnston, Zachary Kohanov, Brendan Maxwell, Connor McNamara, Katie Miller, James Obermeyer, Summer Ort, Rizabel Sanchez, Adam Stout, Brian Tomuk, Amy Zen, Bryce Van Horn, Kelsey Vargo, Emily Wilson, and Christopher Witt. Congratulations. AP Scholar with Distinction Awards are granted to students who receive an average score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more of these exams. This year's class has 8 students that were named AP Scholar with Distinction. These students are Ty Dickinson, Alexander Lubbers, Zachary Nicholson, Bailey Papes, Matthew Romzik, Nicholas Shevnak, Devin Tomlinson, and Kristen Tuttle. Congratulations. Every year, Channel 7 recognizes one student from each high school that exemplifies academic superiority. This student must be head and shoulders above the rest in the areas of academics, leadership, and character. The student who is chosen for this award is truly the brightest and best. The winner was invited, along with the other top students in the area, to attend a videotaping and celebration at Channel 7's Broadcast House in Southfield. We are proud to announce that this year's award for Channel 7's Brightest and Best goes to Alex Lubbers. Rasha, could you join me? Thank you. These two are for Jeff. This is for Carter. This is for the student. And now, on behalf of the St. Clair County Association of School Boards, I am pleased to present, Mrs. Damashki will present, Carter Jevons as this year's scholarship recipient. This is the 24th year that the County School Board Association has awarded scholarships to students who are planning to pursue a career in teaching. Carter plans to continue his education at St. Clair County Community College, where he will be studying secondary education. Making the education system better, just as his favorite teachers do, is the goal for Carter. He says that it has been the positive teacher influences at Port Huron Northern High School that have inspired him. Jeff Davis, Carter's AP U.S. History and AP World History teacher, is credited with influencing his pursuit of a career in education. Carter says that Mr. Davis is one of the best teachers he has known throughout his entire time as a student. Mr. Davis and Carter, Mr. Davis, would you please come up to the podium? Carter is already here. Thank you. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Ms. Duman. For a recap on these last 2 years, I would like to have a warm welcome for Sam Wagner and Jacqueline Spencer. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay.
Finally, junior year.
The year where grades get better and attendance gets worse.
Let's be honest, the grades got worse too.
We were finally upperclassmen.
But we had to take the ACT.
We got to sit on the other side of the gym during assemblies.
But we had to take the ACT.
We got one step closer to sitting on the wall at football games.
But we had to take the ACT.
A little hostile about the ACT, Sam?
I don't want to talk about it.
But you brought it. Never mind.
ACT aside, it was a pretty great year.
Yeah, most of us now had cars, jobs, and we finally had our own dance. Until drama club showed up.
But that was pretty cool.
Like always, the band got straight ones
The tennis girls team went to states.
and came back with a state title.
And don't forget about the Golden Boys. We proved that hockey players still look good with bleached hair.
I don't know about that, but it sure didn't affect your playing.
Yep, we made it back to state semis.
And then snow coming rolled around, and we won the skis.
Again.
Junior year was full of firsts.
Yep, we could dual enroll, which meant we got half days every day.
Except you had to go to college for the other half.
Oh, that's what we did wrong.
We could also join NHS and enroll for tech.
Junior year, where most of us took anatomy with the one and only Patty Panzer.
Gosh, I love that lady.
Not to mention, she decided to call it quits and retire after she realized our class would be the best she'd ever seen.
I think that might just be a coincidence, but we'll go with it.
Our teachers truly are the best.
Along with all the staff here at Northern, except that lady in the athletic office. She's always on my back.
Jake, that's your mom.
Oh, I wondered why she always followed me home. Love you, Mom.
Yep, we needed our parents that year. We were almost seniors and our egos were getting bigger and bigger by the minute.
Don't worry, though. They were always there to slap us back into reality and remind us we still had one more year to get through.
Yes, finally, senior year, the big shebang, the main event,
Okay, we get it.
The moment we walked through the doors, we could feel something was different. There was a huge pandemic spreading through our senior class.
Symptoms include attendance appeals, excessive tardies, and below average attire.
Treatment? Unknown.
What is this disease, you ask? Senioritis.
But once we realized we still had a whole year, we decided to suck it up and have a great one.
Finally, we all got to sit on the sacred wall at Memorial Stadium.
Jake, you were on the fields taking pictures of people on the wall at Memorial Stadium.
Same thing.
Nothing beats a good old tailgate before the football game and yelling absolutely nothing but words of encouragement through a megaphone at the opposing team.
Don't forget that baby powder attempt. At least we got a sweet picture.
Or the stereo playing throughout the student section every day. Shout out to DJ Scahill.
But let's not forget about the homecoming game. All hail King Sam.
Although kart races have always been our class's weakest link, this year was a little different.
We got third.
But come on! We had to completely rebuild our kart on the field during the game.
Shout out to that emergency pit crew.
Football wasn't the only sport with tons of fan support, though.
We could always fill a fan bus on the spur of the moment to support our teams.
Including the one to our girls' basketball team's regional championship game. First regional title ever.
Let's not forget about our boys' swim team, who has gone undefeated since it started 3 years ago.
Or our boys and girls tennis teams going to states, like always.
And especially the equestrian team for bringing home the regional title.
And once again, the hockey team proved they still look good, this time with mullets.
Okay, now we're just getting carried away. But shout out to them for getting to the state quarterfinals.
Once again, band got ones.
And our quiz bowl team won leagues and went to states.
We can't forget about all 3 DI teams that went to globals.
And our award-winning art students got to meet Congresswoman Candace Miller to be honored for their awesome talent.
In the midst of all this achievement, we got to put our hands on the walls, wear our silly class shirts and glasses for the yearbook pics, and finally plant our senior pranks.
You mean our senior crimes?
Oh yeah, classic mix-up.
Speaking of senior crimes,
Senior year was full of suspension forms, police reports, signs off the highway, beach vandalism, and articles in the Times Herald.
but don't worry, those were all just promposals.
Yep, we said it, promposals. We get pretty into it.
We also won the snow coming skis for the 3rd year in a row.
Don't forget about Tommy Mackinson stopping in the middle of tug of war to take a selfie.
Or John May taking one with Superintendent Woleen at the senior 3.5 assembly.
As you can see, selfies are taken pretty seriously here.
We can definitely say our class has made more than a small impact on this place.
We will always remember the memories we shared throughout our years here at Northern.
Our days here are coming to an end, along with this speech.
But first, let's take a selfie.
Thank you, Sam and Jakelin. Mr. Mossett will now be introducing the Departmental Award recipients.
This year, as in past, the faculty of each department has chosen the student who they feel best exemplifies outstanding achievement in the various areas of Northern's curriculum. Recipients will be awarded pins to signify this accomplishment. Would each student please stand when their name is called? Parents, please hold your applause until all the names are read. Art Award, Alicia Birch, Caitlin Hunkler. Boys Athletics Award, Sam Wagner. Girls Athletics Award, Devin Tomlinson. The Band Awards, MSBOA Scholar, Camille King. Louis Armstrong Award, Tim Hicks. Woody Herman Award, Tim White. John Philip Souza Award, Nicole Boone and Spencer Kohanoff. Patrick Gilmore Award, Nick Shevnak and Summer Ort. Band Department Award, Zach Kohanoff and Katie Miller. Semper Fidelis Award, Emily Wilton and Eli Schlager. Directors Award, Caitlin Thomas and Carter Jevons. Broadcast Award, Brady Schauler. Don Wismer Co-op Award, Amber Hall. Business Arts, Tyler Shaw. Vocational Business, Andrew Silver. Tech Student of the Year, Chloe Thomas. Computer Science Award, Kelsey Vargo. Choir Award, Sydney Relkin. Girls Physical Education, Jaden Lavery. Boys Physical Education, Andrew Fogelsong. Linford Bond Science Award, Devin Tomlinson. Stan Renner Math Award, Amy Zen. Social Studies Award, Devin Tomlinson and Adam Stout. Spanish Award, Amy Zen. Japanese Award, John Cuthbertson. French Award, Adam Stout. English Language Arts Award, Paige Christensen. Yearbook Award, Jakelin Spencer. Newspaper, Misha Boyd Cleaver. Drama Award, Spencer Kohanoff, Nicholas Shevnak. Congratulations to each of these students. And I'll remind you, you can pick up those pins in the attendance office after the assembly this morning. Actually, they'll be in the cafeteria after the assembly this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Mossett. I would now like to recognize the phenomenal counselors who have guided us through these years: Mrs. French, Mrs. Markopoulos, Mrs. Schwalm, and Mrs. Smith.
We would like to recognize the scholarships earned by the class of 2014. Please hold your applause until all of the names have been read. Miranda Bentley, St. Clair County Community College, Port Huron Scholarship Assistance Grant. Elizabeth Brozovich, Marist College, Academic Scholarship, Athletic Scholarship, and Academic Grant. Paige Breinard, St. Clair County Community College, Masonic Lodge Scholarship. Alicia Birch, Justin L. Evans Memorial Scholarship. Javon Caldwell, Ferris State University, Port Huron Scholarship Assistance Program. Paige Christensen, NIAST Regling Scholarship, and the Howard A. Atchison Memorial Fund Scholarship. J.R. Cuthbertson, Ferris State University Gold Scholarship and the Residential Life Scholarship. Ty Dickinson, Oakland University Distinguished Scholar Award, the Geographic Region Award, and the Portland Education Association Scholarship. Justin Foxbreyer, Siena Heights University, Athletic Football Scholarship. Juanita Garcia, the Post 9/11 GI Bill. Emily Gates, Eastern Michigan University Emerald Scholarship Award.
Katie Hunkler, Douglas and Elka Webb Scholarship. Brad Hunt, Saginaw Valley State University Founders Scholarship. Carter Jevons, St. Clair County Community College Board of Trustees Grant. Evelyn Sherrill Memorial Scholarship, St. Clair County Association of School Board Scholarship, Pritchard Scholarship. Joella Killian, Bethel College Admission with Distinction Academic Scholarship, Runner-Up Student of the Year, and Dr. Elmer and Jacqueline Syme Memorial Scholarship. Camille King, Masonic Lodge Pine Grove Scholarship. Spencer Kohanev, Destination Imagination Scholarship. Zachary Kohanev, Albion College Presidential Scholarship of Distinction, Destination Imagination Scholarship. Nicole Coppinger, University of Dayton, Trustees Merit Scholarship, Leadership in Service Grant. Robert Leal, Eastern Michigan Bank Scholarship. Malcolm Lowe, Oakland University Geographic Region Award. Alex Lubbers, University of Michigan College of Engineering Regents Scholarship, Community Foundation Scholarship. Carrie Luke, Albion College Britain Award, Albion Success Grant, Albion College Grant, Michigan Tuition Grant. Aaron Mackley, Grand Valley State University National Cutting Horse Association Scholarship, Kentucky Cutting Horse Association Scholarship. Tyler Myers, Michigan Tech University Presidential Scholarship of Distinction. Jacqueline Maxwell, Grand Valley State University Grand Valley Laker Scholarship, Mercy Auxiliary Volunteer Organization Scholarship. John May, Ferris State University Ferris Crimson Scholarship, Residential Life Scholarship.
Alyssa Modrich, Prudential Spirit of Community Award, Scotty Hanton Memorial Scholarship, Iowa State University Academic Recognition Scholarship, Kiwanis Community Service Award Scholarship, Mason Mott, Rochester College Athletic Golf Scholarship, Academic Scholarship, Zachary Nicholson, Central Michigan University, Centralis Gold Academic Scholarship, Charles and Bernice M. Ooligan Scholarship, Advia Credit Union Youth Scholarship, James Obermeyer, Penn State University Dean Scholarship, Lucas Opliger, Central Michigan University Academic Success Award, Justice Packer, Asbury University Men's Lacrosse Scholarship, Impact Grant, Melissa Parman, Baker College, Board of Regents Academic Scholarship, Full Housing Scholarship, Michael Poirier, Saginaw Valley State University Cardinal Scholarship, Brandy Scholler, Baker College, Board of Regents Scholarship, Haley Syme, Oakland University Geographic Region Award, Comcast Leaders and Achievers Scholarship, Varsity Swim and Dive Trace Vincent Award, Melissa Saracen, Bowling Green State University Award of Performance Scholarship, Bowling Green State University Success Scholarship, Andrew Sufis, Great American Rivalry Scholarship, Jacqueline Spencer, Purdue University, Yvonne Vanderhoovel Scholarship.
Adam Stout, Ohio State University, National Buckeye Scholarship and Maximum Scholarship. Alexa Sweeney, Athletic Scholarship and Award for Excellence Academic Scholarship. Caitlin Thomas, Central Michigan University, Academic Success Award. Timothy Thomas, Ferris State University, Crimson Scholarship and Guy W. Wilson Scholarship. Devin Tomlinson, Oakland University, Presidential Scholarship of Distinction, Geographic Region Award, J. Alfred Jones Scholarship, and Henrik Zetterberg Scholarship. Jack Trimble, Aquinas College, the Valedictorian Scholarship Award, Academic Leadership Scholarship Award, and Aquinas Baseball Scholarship. Kristen Tuttle, McAllister College, DeWitt Wallace Distinguished Scholarship, and Port Huron Kiwanis Spiritual Life Scholarship. Kelsey Vargo, Eastern Michigan University, Education First Opportunity Scholarship. Samuel Wagner, Western Michigan University, Dean Scholarship, and College of Engineering and Applied Sciences Medallion Excellence Award. Timothy White, Western Michigan University, Dean Scholarship and Trombone Studio Scholarship. Christopher Witt, Howard University of Michigan, Howard A. Atchison Memorial Fund Scholarship. The total scholarships for the class of 2014 is $1,200,000. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Thank you, counselors. It is my honor to welcome Mr. Ron Moline, our superintendent.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Education and Port Huron Area School District, we are very proud of all these students sitting before us this morning. Let's give them another nice round of applause. Well, good morning. Future graduates of Port Huron Northern High School. And today, we're going to continue to recognize and honor your accomplishments, achievements, and your four-year career here at Port Huron Northern. And this is also the day we're going to acknowledge and celebrate your futures. There's a small group of students that I have the honor to be introducing this morning. And these students have chosen the brave, noble, and selfless path that many young men and women in our country choose every day. They have made a choice to join the United States Armed Services. And I feel confident in saying the pride, the gratitude, I feel certainly, is shared by all the classmates, staff members, and especially their parents. So please allow me the honor of acknowledging the following students. And I'm going to introduce them individually, and I'm going to indicate the branch that they're in and their first destination. And I'm going to read all their names off and wait until we can recognize all of them, please. Brandon Adair, United States Navy, reporting to Fort Great Lakes, Chicago, Illinois. Wesley Bison, United States Army, reporting to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Aaron Kelly, United States Marine Corps, reporting to Parris Island, South Carolina. Aiden Lukes, United States Marine Corps, reporting to Parris Island, South Carolina. Robert Rich, United States Marine Corps, reporting Parris Island, South Carolina. Andrew Silver, United States Marine Corps, reporting to Parris Island, South Carolina. And Marcus Skill, United States Navy, reporting to Fort Great Lakes, Chicago, Illinois. Congratulations, and please join me in employing these brave young men. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Willeen. I would now like to hand the microphone over to our Assistant Principal and Athletic Director, Mr. Kasparian.
At this time, I would like to introduce Port Huron Northern's athletic team captains. Captains, please stand and be recognized for your leadership. Senior captain members are asked to return to the stage immediately after the assembly for a group photograph. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kasparian. The class of 2014 chose Wake Me Up by Avicii to represent the next chapter of our lives. This piece was arranged by Northern's own Nick Shevnak.
Taking part in the song are vocalists Summer Ort, Madeline Rinvelski, Zachary, and Spencer Kohanov, who will also be playing the upright bass. On the bass guitar is Alex Lubbers. On the leading guitar is Nick Shevnak. Playing the drums is Tim Hicks. Our pianist is Matthew Romzik. On the bells and triangle is James Obermeyer. And lastly, on the violin, Amy Zen.
It is with great pleasure that I am able to address my fellow classmates today. Over these 4 years at PHN, we have all grown tremendously from the freshmen we once were. From the very first day, when we walked through those once intimidating doors, we have evolved into great scholars, athletes, actors, musicians, scientists, artists, friends, and a pack of huskies that will never be the same. As we were guided by our amazing advisors, Mrs. Kearns and Mrs. Burtka, we not only grew, but we truly enjoyed high school. The memories we have made will be with us forever. Thank you, Mrs. Kearns and Mrs. Burtka, for all you have done for us. You have both truly been a blessing to our class and our high school experience. Also, thank you to Mr. Rollins, who, as one of our advisors during our sophomore year, truly always had our best interests in mind. Our class was more than lucky to have you guys. Let us always appreciate the teachers who have inspired us, the friends we have made, and the support our families have given. As we end this chapter, we continue on the path and journey of our lives. Whether it was success or failure, we learned from every experience. We have become strong individuals with confidence in our own beliefs. Having confidence in ourselves will lead us to be determined in whatever we go on to do. Nothing will be more powerful than believing in what each and every one of us is capable of. Our individuality is what will lead us to make striking discoveries, brilliant achievements, and acts of courage. As we embark on this new chapter of our journey, let us always strive to inspire. Let us strive to leave our mark on the world, just as each and every one of us has left our mark on PHN. Let us make our own paths, follow our own dreams, and become the people we have always wished to be. No matter where we end up, we will always be Huskies and remember the lasting memories that we have made here together as the best you've ever seen, class of 14. It is my pleasure to present this gavel, symbolizing the leadership of the senior class, to Lexus Motox.
Thank you. I hope that as president of the class of 2015, I can help to make our class one of the best, a class of which we can all take pride. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now please join us in the singing of America the Beautiful with the choir. Please remain standing for one last time, Northern's fight song.
Thank you all for coming. Students, I remind you, please be patient, have a seat, relax. We would like the parents to have a chance to leave the gym before you, so please just hang out, relax, and I will let you know when you may leave. I appreciate your cooperation.